The Denver Broncos need tight end help. Nate Atkins suffered a knee injury in the game against the Dallas Cowboys, and indications are it's serious. Additionally, Lucas Kroll has not recovered from his foot injury. That's now going to need surgery. He's most likely out for the season. Denver needs somebody who can be a functional, inline blocking tight end. Adam Troutman has gotten worse and worse in that role every single year. Nate Atkins and Lucas Kroll were your best blocking tight ends. We talked about several players who the Denver Broncos could be interested in a video that we made earlier today. And it seems the Broncos have indeed worked out one of those players we mentioned. I want to go ahead and bring in this tweet from Mike Kliss. Per The Wire, the Broncos worked out tight end Marcedes Lewis today. Kliss spelled that wrong. It's Marcedes, not Mercedes. He's 41, 19-year NFL veteran. I know that is immediately going to scare people away, but Marcedes Lewis can still play as basically a sixth offensive lineman, an inline blocking tight end. He's not going to offer much in the receiving game. He's had just 5 combined catches in 23 and 24, but as basically a sixth offensive lineman, Marcedes Lewis can help open up the run game. I would love to get him here. He was one of the top players that I was interested in. He may be 41 years old, but he still plays like he's 31 years old. He can be a really good inline blocker for this team. I would love to have Marcedes Lewis here in Denver. Let's go ahead and bring in his Wikipedia page here, because Lewis has been in the NFL for a long time, man. I believe he's the last one standing from the 2006 draft class. He was in Jacksonville from 2006 to 2017, a first-round draft pick back in the day. He spent 2018 to 2022 in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers has spoken really highly of Marcedes Lewis throughout his career, saying that he's probably the best blocking tight end that he's ever played with. And then, these past couple of years, he's been with the Chicago Bears. Again, like we've talked about, the receiving game, he's not going to offer you much there. The last time he had over 200 yards receiving was 2021 with Green Bay. Ever since then, he hasn't even cracked 100 yards. But he can be that inline blocker for you, like we've talked about. Denver is desperate for some kind of improvement in that role. Nate Atkins is fine. Lucas Kroll is fine. And obviously, at 41 years old, Marcedes Lewis isn't going to be your long-term answer there. But he could stabilize that position for the remainder of this season as the Denver Broncos are looking to win a Super Bowl. I still believe that the Broncos are going to make another move at tight end. There have been a lot of rumors recently that the Broncos could be interested in bringing in a bigger name tight end like TJ Hawkinson or possibly David Njoku. If you guys have been watching this channel since 2023, I have made several videos on David Njoku. I would love to have him here. TJ Hawkinson would be awesome too. My point is, I want somebody who can be a true tight end, somebody who can be a pass-catching threat and a blocking threat in line. Evan Ingram's a pass-catching threat, but he's not a blocking threat, and he's undersized. That's why he can't play in line. Adam Troutman is not a pass-catching threat, and he's subpar as a blocker, so he's your de facto starting inline tight end, but I don't know very many other situations where Adam Troutman would be a starter. So, for me, the Denver Broncos have to find a long-term answer at blocking tight end. It's got to be in the draft. We talked about this in the video that we put out earlier today. The Buffalo Bills drafted Jackson Hawes, I want to say in the 5th round, out of Georgia Tech. Regardless of where he was drafted, that was one of the biggest steals in the draft. The way that NFL teams go about drafting the tight end position is screwed up, in my opinion. These teams are prioritizing these big slot receivers that have the label of tight end pushed on them when they don't really play tight end at all. You think about Kyle Pitts as a perfect example of this. He was the highest drafted tight end in NFL history, and he's not really a tight end at all. I believe the Atlanta Falcons could maximize Kyle Pitts' production if they actually moved him out wide to receiver full time. It's kind of the same thing with Evan Ingram. The Broncos could get a lot more production out of Evan Ingram if they just embraced who he was. He's not a tight end. Stop trying to force him to be one. Play him outside at receiver. He can be a mismatch nightmare out there, especially against smaller DBs. There are plenty of other tight ends that can do that, but the fact that these guys keep getting drafted so high when all of these elite blocking tight ends fall so far down the draft board of these teams, it just does not make any sense to me. These teams should want to open up their ground game. And if they bring in these blocking tight ends, they can do that. I can't tell you how many NFL teams out there have subpar blocking from the tight end position. This is not exclusive to the Denver Broncos. This is not just a Denver Broncos problem. This is a league-wide problem, and I believe that the philosophy that these GMs have when it comes to drafting tight ends is completely effed up, and they need to correct course on that. Some teams have, a la the Buffalo Bills, and we need to stop seeing these elite blocking tight ends like Jackson Hawes fall all the way to the back end of the draft. Hopefully Denver's able to find somebody like that in this upcoming draft. I don't know who that is yet. I'll find that out in due time as I start scouting. But regardless, Denver needs an upgrade at inline tight end. Marcedes Lewis for the rest of this season, he can at least stabilize things, but you've got to find a long-term answer there. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below, does Marcedes Lewis pique your interest at all? Just kind of take age out of the equation for a second, because even though he's 41, he really does not play that age at all. He plays like he's a lot younger than that and could fill a really important role in this team. I'd love to hear your thoughts, though, Broncos country. Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Additionally, if you guys want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. I would really appreciate it. It's not mandatory whatsoever, but if you guys want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out and helping this channel grow, I would really appreciate if you would consider it. The link is in the description below. Alright guys, and until next time, I'm your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.